now. All right, recording has started, and this is the September 20th, 2022 Rook Community Meeting. A reminder to folks that the agenda doc is open for everybody to continue adding things. I will go ahead and drop a link to the agenda doc into the Zoom chat right now, so folks can directly go to it and add any topics of discussion that they're interested in. Otherwise, let's jump on into milestone checkups. So I just took a quick pass through the various release milestone boards and recent releases. And, there has not been a recent patch release since the last community meeting for 1.8 or 1.9, but there was a 1.10 patch release since the last community meeting. So we did the 1.10.1 patch release on September 9th. That was just a few days after last community meeting. So let's hop into that release real quick here. And let's see if there's anything, major that folks wanted to call out as part of this release. Alexander or Blaine, or anything that you guys want to call out for this 1.10.1 patch release?
Let me take a little quick reminder look here. Yeah, I think something to kind of note, it's fairly small, but the warning about Helm chart upgrades before upgrading to Kubernetes 1.25 is, I think, a pretty important item for Helm users and who want to update to the latest Kubernetes version.
And is that, Blaine, was that like a blocking warning that it would fail to upgrade, or it's just, hey, like you're upgrading now and you really also need to be doing this Kubernetes upgrade too?
No, it's not that the Kubernetes upgrade is required. It's that the Helm chart needs to be updated before upgrading to Kubernetes 1.25, and that is related to the pod security policies being removed from Kubernetes 1.25. So now the Helm charts in 1.9.10 will remove PSPs if Kubernetes 1.25 is a part of it there.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, we added it in as the docs. Okay, got it. Yep, and definitely important to call out for folks so that they can have a good experience when they're getting on that release.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see if there's anything else we want to call out. Plenty of fixes in here, plenty of improvements. Good work.
Yeah, I think most of them are pretty small.
Cool. Okay, sounds good. So then let's get a status as well. So with a typical cadence, I would expect another patch release for 1.10.2 to be later on this week, like Thursday or so. But I don't know if that's confirmed or if we're planning on that, but that would be the typical cadence, I believe.
Yeah, I
or next week, sorry.
Yeah. I think that's probably likely is next week. I think the 1.10 release has actually been fairly stable overall, especially kind of comparing to some of the previous few releases, but always some little to-dos.
Yeah, in 1.10 project board, we do not have anything currently in the blocking release column. Is there anything that's already in the done column that we would be giving us a little bit of incentive or motivation to be getting a 1.10.2 out soon?
Not that I'm aware of. I can't think of anything that seemed particularly urgent that Travis and I were able to talk about.
Awesome. Okay. Sounds good. Yep. So then I expect then that we'll just probably follow the typical cadence then of getting one out every 2 weeks or so. So yeah, nothing big that's driving a 1.10.2 patch release or anything that we're majorly concerned about right now. Great. So let's see, for the last one was the 19th, then plus 14 is the 23rd. Except 23rd would be 2 weeks since 1.10.1.
Yeah, and I guess that would be this
That's in
Thursday.
a week. I guess it's Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
I guess that would be Friday. Yeah, it could be Friday or maybe early next week.
Okay.
I guess I can always do it too. I will, I'll make a note to go through and look at the latest commits in the branch to see if there's anything that should push us to release.
All right. Sounds good, Blaine. Thank you for following up on that.
Yeah, let me make a note on my to-do.
Okay. All right. And then let's go ahead and I guess we can keep on moving forward to the community topics and questions since we've got our latest milestones talked about. So we had this on the agenda last time as in the it did not make the 1.10 release, but I would love to hear where we currently are with this effort and like if we're stabilizing on the CI tests or we're still running into failures or what the next steps are for it.
Is Shubham here to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah. So we tried to debug doing 110.1 release, but we could not have the fix yet, and we are not able to get the right place to fix, or like we are not aware what is failing the CI, because there are only two commands which is failing to run with the client.rook operator. Apart from that, like all the commands are running and there were no issues. But currently we decided that we will take a break from this, since like we spent more than like 2-3 weeks, me and Travis both. So we decided that we will take a 1 week or 2 week break from this, and we will get we will target this for maybe 1.11 or something. So yeah, currently we are on break for this. Yeah, sorry to say that. It is one of that issues that you try to put your head so much, and it is just small thing which is hard to find. But this is
Yep.
planned, like this is planned for the next major release, at least 1.11. We should have this by that time.
That sounds good, Shimon. Thanks for giving us that update on it. And thanks for your continued effort on it as well. You know, obviously there's some long tails to follow here and wrap up to get to a conclusion. So thanks for your continued effort on it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
All right. So yes, and then let's hop on into this Ceph OSD segfault issue. Let's bring this up on the screen and see what we got here.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of deep information on this. I unfortunately think no one has a ton of deep information on it. I wanted to call this out. This is an issue that this upstream user has seen and reported. This is someone that is definitely like fairly occasionally active on the Rook in the Rook upstream community. This is also an issue that Red Hat has like seen, or we've seen an issue that seems similar to it. And the current working theory is that it may relate to some process in the Ceph OSD getting confused by old data on a hard disk, which I mean really should not be happening in my opinion. So there's not a lot of this is what's causing it or this is how we're going to fix it, but just this is something that we are aware of. If anyone is also seeing this, please add information. Like more information is going to help us figure out what's going on more quickly and make sure that it's not continuing to affect users or continuing to affect any additional users especially.
And Blaine, so is this something that the upstream Ceph community is looking into as well, or is it only reproduce in Rook scenarios or?
That's a really good question. I don't think we, to my knowledge, I don't know that we have seen the issue on any raw Ceph clusters, like something that's not Rook related. I don't know if that's coincidental or if Rook really is kind of part of it. Some part of it could be that, you know, Rook is just easier to like tear down and reinstall than Ceph clusters sometimes. And that seems to be one of the related factors for at least what we've been seeing in one of the downstream issues. And it could be that these are, you know, the downstream issue and this issue reported are not related. But I think currently the logs that we're getting from the OSD are similar enough that it seems to us they could be related. I wish I had more definitive answers here. I just wanted to make sure it's something we call out as something that we are investigating. It's just progress is sort of slow and confusing.
I think Vikyat from Ceph team is also looking Ceph community. So I will say yes, Ceph community is also keeping eye on this. And in the downstream BZ2, we got some involvement from the Ceph team.
Got it. Okay, sweet. So it's yeah, it's not clear exactly you know, what the root cause is or how to fix this. It's, you know, we're not working on a fix already to deliver it because we're still investigating the nature of it and trying to gather more information as well. Okay. Yep, that makes sense then. And I'll go ahead and
I was trying to
sorry.
add the section for the crew and I was having trouble, and I just noticed that I was on suggestion mode, not editing. So yeah, thanks for changing that.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, so then do you want to go ahead and start jumping into that one then too, Shubham?
Yeah, so currently we don't have a great documentation of the crew for the crew plugin and then for the each commands and the arguments that we have. So we decided that we will have a separate doc for each command with like what, which will explain what is like supposed to be working with that command and what argument that command accepts and how output looks. So we will have a like big big document of like each command, which explain like most of the things. So, yeah.
Shubham, did you and Travis close on the approach to take?
Yeah, so I and Travis had a like offline discussion, and so we decided that we'll keep the separate doc in crew plugin. And on the Rook side, let me just get up here on the Rook from the Rook side also. And on the Rook side, we will not link, but we'll have like crew documentation according to the requirement of the topic. So let's say if someone wants to like pause OSD on the like and they are looking to the Rook documentation, not the crew. So in that section, we will have the uh, 1 second. I will. Okay, I don't have the permission to edit the top. Okay, I will suggest that here only.
Oh, okay.
So this is the Rook PR, which added which adds particular crew command section according to the requirement of the topic.
Got it. So what we'd be adding to the Rook docs is more of like the practical usage of
Exactly.
the crew plugin. Okay, for like scenario based of, hey, we want to accomplish this scenario, you run this command to do it, and that's kind of helps document it. Okay, that makes sense. And then Shubham, did we also in the docs for the plugin, the crew plugin, do we have a clear pointer to the Rook docs, like to find out more information or to see more examples of this plugin? Go to the Rook docs. Do we have an easy link or pointer to the Rook docs there too?
So we are not pointing from like crew plugin Rook to Rook main. We are pointing Rook to crew plugin. So we'll have all the document here. But if like user is in Rook documentation and they want to look more on the crew side, then we are pointing from Rook
Okay.
to Rook/kubectl.
Okay, now I get it. I think that makes sense because in the crew plugins, like that's like each command is documented with its functionality there about
Yeah.
the command itself, and then the Rook docs though show those commands, and then they get more information by going to the crew plugin
Yeah.
like area. Okay, that direction makes sense. Okay, great. Sounds good. Okay, so then that is the end of the items that were on the agenda. Were there other agenda items that folks wanted to bring up that had not yet made it to the doc? Okay. All right. If there's nothing else, then we can go ahead and adjourn, I believe, and then we'll keep following up on offline. And syncing with Travis as well, to see if he has opinions on a 1.10.2 release there. Typically, like I lean towards just doing the regular cadence, but we'll sync with Travis to see if there's anything more pressing or if he has another opinion.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, good to see everybody. Thanks for everyone coming here today.
Yep. Thanks, Jared. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Thanks. Have a good
Bye.
night.